In my Rube Goldberg machine, I take a can of beans, it's rolled down a ramp, and it collides with this Jenga tower, knocking it over and causing a tennis ball to fall. But originally, before I used a can of beans, I used this golf ball. And I would roll it down a different ramp, it would come down, and it would hit the tower and just bounce off. It wouldn't move. Tower wouldn't fall, and the tennis ball stayed in place. And this illustrates conservation of momentum. And conservation of momentum is the principle that momentum is equal but opposite after a collision. But how does this make sense when the Jenga tower wouldn't move and the golf ball would just bounce off in the opposite direction? This happens because there was a change in momentum in the tower. It's just that the change in momentum was not enough to affect the tower due to the tower's great mass. And because the golf ball has a much smaller mass in comparison, the change in momentum would affect it and it would roll the opposite way. So to fix this, I looked at Newton's second law, which is essentially force equals mass times acceleration. So with this golf ball, small mass, mass times its acceleration would not equal enough force to bring down the tower. Switch to the can of beans, much greater mass, the force would be greater, and the tower would fall, which would release the tennis ball. And the tennis ball illustrates conservation of energy. And conservation of energy is a principle that states energy cannot be created or destroyed, but can only alter forms. So the tennis ball had the same amount of energy as it does here atop the tower, not moving, as it does when it's swinging, knocking into the paper towel at the bottom. This is because atop the tower, all of the energy is potential energy due to its location off the ground and its height. And when the tennis ball is swinging, the potential energy is converting to kinetic energy until it reaches the bottom of its arc, at which point it's all kinetic energy. And these are the three principles we were asked to explain.